Well, Husam Zomlot is the head of the Palestinian mission to the United Kingdom. He responded to comments by the Israeli Prime Minister that Jenin was a hub for terrorism. Have a listen.
He added that we should uproot any resemblance or symbol of Palestinian nationalism, of Palestinian quest for statehood and for independence. We must crush that soul of the Palestinian people, and this is the heart of it. There he was right. This is what Israel is intending to. The crimes Israel keeps committing every week, every day, are very well documented. The issue is not that. The issue is very clear to all of us. It's the impunity. It's the lack of accountability. You go to a refugee camp using airplanes and drones and thousands of soldiers, not only targeting human beings, you're targeting the infrastructure, the hospitals, the medical teams, the journalists, and what have you. These are war crimes, crimes against humanity. The question is, how do we stop the 75-year-old ongoing situation?
This is an ongoing question. I'd like to get to that in a moment. But the Israelis have also said that a weapons depot filled with bombs has been found. And even our own correspondents who have spent time in Jenin are saying that the camp is absolutely under the control of the armed groups.
The Israelis always lie. The Israeli government is in the business of lying and spinning and propaganda. Let them accept the International Criminal Court to come and investigate all their claims and allegations. Let them accept that the International Court of Justice come and assess the whole legal situation. They block it. They use their allies, the UK included, and the US, of course, to block us from access to these.
But Mr. Zomlot, if you just,
they have a lot to hide. But
if I just get you to respond to what forget what the Israelis are saying. This is coming from our correspondent, our editor, who has seen and spent time in and around the camp. He says, Jeremy Bowen says that that this camp is absolutely under the control of the armed groups. That he was in touch with people who controlled the camp, and that they wanted the photo of the journalists before they went in. That it is a dense area, but that they believe that a lot of the attacks, dozens of attacks, have been launched from that camp.
Jeremy Bowen should know much better. He's been covering this situation for decades. He knows the situation of oppression, the state of colonization and besiegement of people. He knows the regular killings. He knows the theft of land and resources. He knows the denial of the basic dignity for people unable to travel, and actually the killing fields around these settlements, the settler violence. So to claim that there is a control, the Palestinian situation is that of resistance, that of survival. People have the right to protect themselves and their properties and their families, seek and consult international law about the right of people to resist all these Israeli-imposed illegality. So really, this has been going on for a long time. Words, Yalda, words can kill more than bullets sometimes, and we need to get it right. We need to get it right. The Jenin refugee camp, Gaza, Nablus, Hebron, all these areas are areas under full military occupation, and Israel is not protecting itself. Yalda,
but
Israel, let me say this sentence. Israel is not protecting itself. There is nothing happening in Israel. Israel is protecting its expansion, its colonialism, its control and subjugation of the Palestinian people. And the people in Jenin are just defending themselves, and they have the right to do so.
Let me get back then to the question that you posed at the beginning of this interview. How do you get yourself to a position where peace talks can begin again? Because clearly this is escalating. It's getting incredibly dangerous.
2 words. Accountability. Every Israeli soldier, every Israeli officer, every Israeli politician should be held accountable for the countless atrocities committed against the Palestinian people. Once they do so, they will start thinking about enforcing peace and seeking peace. Number 2, implementing, not negotiating, implementing international law, international resolutions, international legitimacy. There is nothing to negotiate. Israel must end its occupation.
Mr. Zomlot, would you not say then that the Palestinian Authority, the Palestinian leadership has also a lot to answer for in terms of letting down the Palestinian people?
The Palestinian leadership for decades now have been gearing us and the Palestinian people towards peace, towards allying ourselves with international law, towards committing committing an iron way towards international resolutions. Let's not blame the victims here. Yasser Arafat was the problem. Now our current president is the problem. We always seek to export the issue to the victims, to the oppressed, not the oppressor, not the occupier. That's number one. Number two, what's there to think about? I mean, you know, as we speak, Yelda, as we speak now, Michael Gove, the Secretary of State, is presenting his piece of legislation in the UK Parliament to give the Israeli illegal settlers and settlements an extra layer of protection. This is what gets Israel into Jenin. This is what gets the settlers to commit all these atrocities.
That was Husam Zomlot.